I've told how guides and messengers and angels have visited me throughout my life to give me instructions, but maybe more so to manifest the love that they and my Creator has for me, as He does for all of His children. And at times, though I was told to, when I gave a sermon or taught in a public situation, that I was never to prepare a sermon or a talk, but to allow the Creator to put the words on my lips. And this event, when I was told that, was in 1959 on the 22nd of February, when I was 11 years old. Though I do abide by that particular declaration of putting words on my lips since I was 11 years old when talking in public or about spiritual things, in that situation, I've always waited upon the Spirit to put the words on my lips. When I do speak on these videos, especially, it'll be noted that I will hesitate and that I will look off into space, and that is to await the words that are to come next. I do it every time I am in a situation of teaching and of receiving higher guidance and higher instructions regarding my mission here in Ireland at this time. Well, there are many times when I've awakened in the middle of the night and have been told things, been shown things, specifically truths and ancient truths regarding the history of this earth, the spiritual history of this earth. I'm not talking about the religious history. I'm talking about the earth's connection with the Creator. In those situations, quite often I will write them down. And what I want to do this time in this video is to read a bit of what I have written down. In this case, it's regarding the Sacred Isle, Erin, which we know it is Ireland. I want to share this with you. What the ancients have revealed to Azrael, Israel, the fourth angel, regarding the history of the earth and the three other messengers sent in the form of Moses, Elijah, and John, is that all three of these messengers had a connection with the mountain of God, with Mount Sinai. Moses ascended the mount for as many as 40 days and nights and returned to the tribes of Israel with the Torah. Elijah, 750 years later, more or less, when escaping from the death threats of King Ahab and his queen Jezebel, fled to a cave in the mountain of God, Mount Sinai. He was there for 40 days and 40 nights. John, known as the Baptist by Christians, also went into the wilderness 40 days and 40 nights before reappearing. He too went to the sacred mountain to be taught. The spirit of Moses returned in the form of Elijah. Elijah returned in the form of John. John has returned to these present days as Azrael, or Israel, as told by Isaiah in the Old Testament. This is all in fulfillment of the Creator's words through his ancient prophets regarding his hidden servant. The hidden servant has received additional knowledge regarding Aaron, the present island of Ireland. The island was known as a sacred place where God visited and dwelt with his messengers during these 40-day spans of time. All three messengers traveled to Aaron. Moses wrote the Torah at a place known today as the Hill of the Tara in Ireland. It was originally known as the Hill of the Torah. The mountain of God, Mount Sinai, was a portal used by the Creator to show Moses his creations about the earth and his creation in the cosmos. Azrael, having been born in America, was directed to return to Aaron to complete the cycle of the four messengers. This will usher in the coming of the Messiah. Azrael has the memory of the previous three messengers recorded in his consciousness and has been allowed to recover some history to his present life. In Isaiah chapter 41, the Spirit of God tells Isaiah that he has raised one up from the north, referring to the fourth angel or the hidden messenger. In chapter 42, he says, "Behold my servant whom I uphold, mine elect. He will not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street." Then how will his voice be heard? I believe he reveals this in further scripture. He shall bring judgment forth unto truth, and the isles shall wait for his law. This messenger will speak the words of the Creator, whose work and words is law. The Lord has called thee in righteousness for a light for the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoner and them that sit in darkness. The former things are come to pass, and new things I declare. Former things are come to pass is the revealing of ancient and lost or hidden knowledge. It is coming forth at this time. New things I declare. These things that I am revealing at this time are seemingly new to the people of the earth, the people on earth today, simply because they have not been allowed since the earth had to await the fourth messenger, the hidden messenger, to complete the cycle of the four angels. Isaiah chapter 42, he continues, "I will bring the blind by a way they knew not, paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light for them, and crooked things straight." This is the spreading of truth through a media that did not exist in the past. That media is the internet. The internet was created specifically for this moment and for these messages. Yes, the world has benefited from it, but its original creation was done in and through the Spirit of God as the means to which his message and his commandments, not commandments, his teachings would go forth to the earth. Look unto me and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God, and there is none else. Elijah describes in this situation in chapter 49, he describes his mission through the prophet Isaiah over 1,700 years ago. This is what is to come to pass. In chapter 49, listen, O isles, unto me. The Lord hath called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name. He hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand hath he hid me. He made me a polished shaft. In his quiver hath he hid me. In 1947, contrary to what doctors told my mother, she gave birth to another child when she was told she would be able to bear no more. On July 4th, 1947, there were signs in the heaven regarding this birth. And if one chooses to research that specific day, they will find events that took place in the cosmos regarding the birth of the hidden servant. The hidden servant goes on to prophesy of the children that he will have. That after thou hast lost the other, shall say again in thine ears, this place is too strait for me. It's referring to the children that the hidden servant will have in this physical life, in these days, in these last days. The children that thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other. My firstborn lost her life in a plane crash in 1991. And this scripture is in regards to that and to the raising of other children after that fact. After thou hast lost the other, shall say again in thine ears, this place is too strait for me. The children of the hidden servant will not be able to understand or comprehend the depth and spirit of the message that he is to give. Give place to me that I may dwell, seeing I have lost my children. Who hath brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. These, where have they been? When I left the religion of my family in 1992, 31 years ago, my family, including my children, rejected me. And as a whole, they declared me dead, using their religion to promote their testimony, their witness. And I was declared by my earthly brother, biological brother, to be a son of perdition. And he also advised the leadership of that church that I would attempt to assassinate their prophet. Of course, I did not. I left the Mormon church because it could not give me truth. It could not teach me about the true Creator. And fear did not bring me out of the Mormon church. Love brought me out of it. A higher love than what that particular religion or any religion has ever taught in the history of this earth. He has taught me that I am the fourth messenger. And I have seen things that have happened in the lives of the three previous messengers. I have been shown and witnessed unexplainable things throughout my life, unexplainable in a physical sense, yet explainable in a spiritual sense. And certain events, spiritual events orchestrated by a higher power, have followed me throughout my life. And the guides, angels, that speak to me for the Creator have been witnesses to all of this. And they are the ones that delivered the message from the Creator that I should bring my heart home, bring it home to Ireland. This is the final gathering of the children of God, whether they be Jew or Gentile. It is equally the same for both, Jew and Gentile. All are invited to embrace the message that the Creator has given me to pronounce to the earth. This truly is what was meant by the ancients when they said Elijah surely shall come in the last days and mend, turn the heart of the children to the fathers and the heart of the fathers to the children. This is what is happening at this particular time, and it will continue until the Messiah comes. A second coming will never happen because a first coming never took place. That was all orchestrated and pounded into our physical consciousness almost 2,000 years ago by the Roman Empire and by the Emperor Constantine. When the scribes wrote the Bible in the form that we have basically today, they eliminated many of the ancient teachings, of which reincarnation is included. It was not allowed after 325 AD. It was declared a heresy and against the laws and demands of the universal church to teach, as well as ascension, the beautiful journey of ascension that is the right of every individual born upon the earth, and was changed to the teaching of resurrection, which is purely a man-made doctrine. No one will resurrect. No one ever has resurrected. Yet there are those that have ascended. It's not written in the Old Testament. But Moses ascended. He did not go up on the Mount Nebo to die. He ascended. And several hundred years later, Elijah, the prophet, ascended. And then again, John, who was called the Baptist, the story of his life was completely invented to prove the Romans' point about the journey of an individual called Jesus, who was the literal Son of God. No, he wasn't. John was a master teacher, and he at the time was declared a Messiah. Now, there are other Messiahs that have come. A Messiah is a messenger, but the one true Messiah and only Messiah is spelled with a large or capital M. All others are just a lowercase m. Regarding messengers, the Messiah that I refer to is God, our Creator, and is in process of revealing himself to this earth. But first of all, my mission has to be completed. These words have to go forth to the earth, to the people of the earth, and those that are in the proper vibration or becoming inspired will recognize these words and receive higher consciousness, understand how to rise above the world, the teachings of the world that are so controlling. God is not controlling. God is loving. And this message then is being delivered at this time from Ireland, as the ancients have shown me, as the angels have taught me, as my guides have led the way. It is to come forth out of Aaron. And this is the fulfillment of prophecy that comes from as far back as the prophet Isaiah, who spoke of the hidden servant. The hidden servant is here. His heavenly name is Israel. Isaiah speaks of the person Israel. He speaks also of the nation of Israel. But no one has brought these teachings to light until now. The angel Israel is here. He is a messenger. He is a son of God, not the Son of God. He is a son of God, a messenger who has been hidden in God's quiver like a polished shaft over the period of time that I have been alive. Over 70 years I've waited for this moment and been preparing for this moment, not understanding the full journey, but being given bits and pieces along the way to help confirm the movement of the Spirit of the Creator in my life. That Spirit is upon this earth. The Creator is there to enter your heart, to lift you up, to assist you in your ascension process. There's no resurrection. Ascension is more glorious than resurrection ever could have been. and we become one with him in his dwelling place that he calls the beyond. Choose to rise above this world. Choose to embrace the earth and the love with which it was created. Choose to love your fellow man. Rise above what's going on in the world around you. Lift up your hearts. Always follow your heart, because through it we have a direct connection to our Creator. The inspiration doesn't come into the mind, it comes into the heart. Thus, the growth of the human creation also comes through the heart. The mind is interested in control through the efforts the world has put forth in telling us how to live our lives when the world did not have the right to do that. That right is within us as divine creations of our Creator. He has given us that power. And in that power, we find another power, the power of intent, of our intent to fulfill the will of our Creator. In doing these things, you will lift yourself up above this world. You will inspire others to be lifted up. This is called the ascension. And it continues beyond this earth. Those who are not ready to ascend at this time, when they pass to the spirit world, they will have the opportunity to be born again on a different planet, if not this one, to continue their journey until they have learned of the divine love of the Creator, and that it lifts us all up if we'll allow it. In the process, the beautiful divine process of ascension. That's what's happening right now, and it's happening to many people throughout the earth, but it's not happening to all. Not all will receive it at this time, but many will. Many are, and many have. And many are coming from other creations of God as messengers to assist. I'll talk more of that in the future. I can actually show you some pictures of these individuals that God has allowed me to produce through simple cameras. But He allows them to reveal themselves to me. So I have much to show you. I have many things to teach you, as I have been taught, and I to this moment am being taught higher things, higher teachings, higher truths. Some have never been revealed to this earth, but they are being revealed now as God prepares for His coming. I love my Creator. I love my earth family. I am grateful to be His messenger. I am grateful to be His witness. and to offer through you His word, His love, and His blessings. God bless.